questions here on these problems? We'll start there.
Number 10.
Number 10. Okie dokie. So this is a multiplication problem. First thing we'd want to do is start by factoring. Unfortunately, when I look at these, all four of my polynomials here have leading coefficients that aren't 1, and there's no greatest common factor that's easily identifiable to make that problem any easier. So we're stuck kind of doing the long factoring. So I'm going to start first with the numerator of the first fraction, look for two numbers that multiply to give me 6 times -5, or -30. And then also add to give me -7. So without too much trouble, I'm able to see that's -10 and +3 that do that. So I can say 6x squared minus 10x plus 7x minus 5. I'm sorry, 3x, not 7x. And make my two groups. From the first group, I can take out a 2x. From the second group, there's nothing, so I'll just take out a 1. So that means that that numerator factors into 3x minus 5 times 2x plus 1. So far, so good? 4x squared minus 1 I recognize as a difference of two squares, right? That's just 2x squared minus 1 squared. So I can factor that to 2x minus 1 times 2x plus 1. And then 4x plus 3, I don't have anything to factor there. So I'll just recopy that one. And then 12x squared minus 11x minus 15. Much like the first numerator, I'm going to look for the two things that multiply to give me 12 times -15, and at 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to double check that on my calculator. It's a -180. And then also have to add to give me -11. So the two numbers that do that are, what is it going to be? -20 and +9 will work. So I'll say then 12x squared minus 20x plus 9x minus 15. Make my two groups. From the first group, I can take out a 4x, leaving me with 3x squared minus 5. And from the second group, I can take out a 3, leaving me with 3x minus 5. So I can say this one factors into 3x minus 5 and then 4x plus 3. Leo, so far so good?
I'm a little lost.
Where did I lose you at?
On both parts, there's like 6x squared minus 10x and 12x squared minus 20x. Where do you get the 12 from?
So I'm just taking, so I'm trying to factor this, right?
Yeah.
So the 6x squared and the minus 5 stayed the same. But instead of the 7x, I replaced that with -x plus 3x, which was the answer to this question. And then can proceed to factor by grouping. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. That cleared everything up?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I can reduce. So again, when we reduce, these just become 1. And we're just left then with 1 over 2x minus 1. Again, the hard part there was getting through the factoring, right? That long factoring method maybe we forgot how to do because it's been a minute since we've had to do that. But it is a process that we've done before, and you might have to review it a little bit to kind of get that refreshed back in our memory, but should be something that we're capable of kind of catching back up on. We didn't do it that long. It wasn't that long ago that we were doing this on a fairly regular basis. And you notice it didn't happen a lot in this homework set, but it happened on occasion. Does that feel better, Leo? Again, if I'm going too fast through something, please stop me and tell me. Okay? Or if I buzz through something you don't understand what I did, please stop me and tell me. The point of this is to get you guys some feedback so you can get better at doing this. If you ask me how to do something and I rip through it and you're like, yo, I didn't process any of that, that's not really very effective, right? So let me know and we can certainly slow down or come at it a different way or re-explain something or fill in some details or whatever is going on, okay? Now you might have to answer some questions for me about like where the holdup is, but that's just me trying to figure out like what do I need to clarify? You know what I mean? So it's not me trying to be picky about anything with you. It's just trying to get the information to do the job to do a good job. You know what I'm saying? Who's next? What else do we want to talk about? Walter?
Can you do the number 5?
5? Sure. So, like the previous problem, I noticed right away that the polynomials I have, the leading coefficient isn't 1. And if I look at each of them, neither polynomial has the greatest common factor. So I am going to have to do that long factoring method again. So the first one, I'm going to start by wanting to find the two things that multiply to give me 10 times negative 12, and then add to give me 7. So negative 120, so things that multiply to give me negative 120, that would also add to give me 7. Let's think about that. Well, negative 20 and 6, or 20 and negative 6 work, but they give us 14 instead of 6. So I know it's going to have to be bigger than a 6. So let's try maybe 8 or 15 and negative 8, and that is the pair that I need. So when I do that, then I can say that 10x squared plus 15x plus negative 8x minus 12. And I can take out a 5x, leaving me with 2x plus 3, and then take out a negative 4, which again leaves me with 2x plus 3. So what I have here is 2x plus 3 times 5x minus 4 in my numerator. Now it's time to do the denominator. So there I have, again, starting the same way, finding the two things that multiply to give me, in this case, 15 times negative 28. Again, at 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm typing that into my calculator, negative 420. And has to add to give us positive 23. So positive 42 and negative 10 multiply to give me negative 420, but they give a 32 instead of 23. So I need to divide by a number bigger than 10. So maybe we'll try yes.
So I got 10x squared plus 15x, 8x. You just distributed the greatest common factor for.
So I took the polynomial we're trying to factor, which in this case is this, and I'm going to replace that middle term using the answer to my question. So that's where the 15x minus 8x is coming from. And then the 10x and 12x are just the original parts.
Yeah, but how you got 2x plus 3 and then
Okay, so if I look at 10x squared and 15x, I look for a greatest common factor.
that's how you got it? Use greatest common factor?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I think 35 and negative 12 will be the two numbers that I need there. So again, I'll do the same thing. So 15x squared plus 35x plus negative 12x minus 28. And greatest common factor there, I can take out a 5. Oops, sorry, 5x. And here I can take out a negative 4. So that gives me 3x plus 7, and then 5x minus 4. And the 5x minus 4 is reduced. So we're left with just 2x plus 3 over 3x plus 7. Did that, you're okay, Walter? Okay. Others, questions from the homework. Happy to do more if there's more questions. Okay. That's fine. So today then, we need to move forward and talk about addition and subtraction.